Good morning and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. I'm not sure what day we're on, but I'm going to start a story called The Treasure Seeker. Now, this story starts in a remote village off in the high mountains and deep forests, where one evening at a tavern, many of the old shepherds were gathered together, recounting tales of their youth, adventures. Many had shared a story or two when old Father Martin stood up and said, "I have a tale to tell. Though your adventures have been amazing, what I will share with you will astound you. When I was young," he said, "I had no one to look after me. I went from village to village, begging for the food that I could eat, offering to help where I could, often being shooed away, until I took work with a shepherd, going out into the mountains each day, sometimes for days, a flock of sheep, tending them, making sure that they were all together. And once when we were on our way back, he noticed 10 sheep were missing, and he sent me back up the mountain to find them. Well, after quite a bit of searching, eventually I did find them, and I started with that little flock on the way back. But darkness was coming on, and it was inevitable that I would need to spend the night there out in the wilds, which was not unusual for me. Within the knapsack that I always carried, I had some small bit of provisions and a blanket with which to cover myself. Well, I found a big old oak tree to lean up against, and there with my dog, I settled in for the night. At one point, my dog began to bark and whine, and I knew that there was something amiss. Looking around, I suddenly realized that there was an apparition there in front of me. It was a man-like figure with long hair and a beard, reaching down almost to the ground. He had a wreath of leaves and flowers on his head, and his clothing was made of oak leaves. He had in his hand an uprooted fir tree. He looked at me and then beckoned with his hand to follow. He said, "I am the treasure seeker. Follow me, and I will bestow upon you more riches than you can imagine." Well, I was quaking with fear still at this point in time. I did not move. Eventually, courage rising within me, I said, "Go away from me, you evil spirit. I wish for none of your treasures." An apparition, you could see, grew upset with me and looked at me scornfully. "You simpleton. Be then a ragamuffin for the rest of your life." And with that, he turned and went to leave. But he had only gone some very few steps when he turned around and again faced me. And we'll stop the story there. There's plenty more to this one.